Hi everybody, I'm Trudy, One Grounded Angel, and this is my weekly angel card reading for the week October 31st, last day of October, through to the Friday the 4th of November 2016. So I'm going to start shuffling the cards and we're going to see what comes up for us for the week ahead, what information we need to know, what the angels want to tell us about what can help us make some good choices and what can help us with the challenges that we're facing and how we can just generally do a better job of showing up for other people and for ourselves. So I've chosen the biggest card deck I have to start the week, and I just choose these intuitively as to what I feel guided to use, and I decided that this would be best for Monday, and they usually tell me if I've got it wrong or if they prefer that I use another deck. It's intuitive, and I know other readers use the same deck for the whole week, but I like to mix it up. So, and that makes it very interesting when you get the same message coming through different decks. So, just see. Right. Shuffle, shuffle. Right, okay. So we have the Queen of Raphael. Raphael is the Archangel of Healing and Health, also love and travel. And the message here is actually about love. It's about follow your heart and about a need to connect with our home life. It's a bit like, you know, we're so busy with what we're doing, trying to get through the week, trying to do whatever we're doing without really taking the time to connect with the people around us. Sometimes our exchanges with our loved ones are really functional. What are we having for dinner? What needs to be done today, or what time you're finishing work, all that sort of thing. And this card asks us to maybe slow down and have some meaningful conversations, and even if they're not deep conversations, just actually connect without working off autopilot. Come out of our minds and into our heart space. Particularly, I mean, it's all the important relationships, the ones, your relationships with the people closest to you, and they may not necessarily be in your home, but they are really highlighting here your home life, and that's because the people around you, you have a real special connection with them because they are seeing you all the time, and so even if they're not related to you, they are, or you're not in a relationship with them, they are people with whom you have a really special bond. So the card asks us to nourish those connections. If you can spend valuable time, even if you can't, if you can set a date to do so, if you can try and be a bit more present in your exchanges with those people. So, oh, they are saying, sorry, just going back to these, follow your heart. They are saying they want that message to be heard by anybody facing a decision and not knowing which way to go. To connect to your heart. It's the only way to decide what the best course of action is. What does your heart say? And sometimes it's hard to hear it because your head is louder. And that's why, you know, meditating is so important, because it helps us get out of that head space and into the heart space and just to hear the messages that we need to hear. So now looking at Tuesday, the first day of November. Clairvoyance. Very simple message here about connecting with our intuition. They're saying it follows on yesterday's message about decisions, and I know that not all of you are facing decisions at the moment, but I'm sure there's still something you can get from this message. They're saying that if you can connect better with your intuition, you're going to, it's like you know, a pilot checking in with their navigation equipment, I guess. I don't know what you call it. The navigation equipment, we'll go with that. You need to keep checking in to make sure you're still on the right track, because it's easy to get distracted, to go off in tangents, get caught up in other people's dramas, and sometimes we're fighting fires that have, you know, sprung up during a day instead of thinking about the long-term vision of where we want to go. And so connecting with your intuition is how you make sure that you're still on track of where you need to be going. And sorry, I'm just reading this message, and it says, I'm helping your spiritual sight to awaken fully. Usually I don't read these messages because I just go with what they tell me, but I'm thinking that there's something deeper here. It's for those of you who think you might be light workers, and if you think you're a light worker, you are. There's no exam. You don't need to qualify in any way. If you feel called to be a light worker, that's what you must follow. And it's saying that you need to do a little bit more work if you're feeling nervous about going down that track. A little bit more work in connecting with your intuition, because the more comfortable you are with doing that, the more comfortable you will be with bringing your light into the world. This card here, I love it because it's got, well, I love a lot of them actually, but it's got the chakra colours here. So there's something in here that you might need to know. If you've been getting messages about needing to have a chakra cleanse or have some Reiki or some energy healing, that affirms that that's the right course for you. If you're sensitive, and you probably are if you're watching these videos, then you will be picking up other people's energies. You will be feeling other people's moods and emotions sometimes, and a bit of a spiritual cleanse, an energetic cleanse really I should say, is going to help you a lot, because that can also interfere with your ability to hear your intuition. Your intuition is your best guide right now, so that's really the essence of that message. Looking at Wednesday the 2nd of November, what have we got here? You and your loved ones are safe. This is a beautiful message. It's very simple, but it's very important. You're safe. Everything's okay. And you're, particularly parents, I know you're always worried about the safety of your children. Your children are safe. Your loved ones are safe. Please try and drop yourself out of that space of worrying and be present and be in a space of gratitude for what you have, and let the universe hold you. You know, if you've ever done a deep meditation or any sort of, if you've had energy healing, you just feel like the universe is holding you. It's such a wonderful feeling. You feel yourself let go of all your cares and all the stress, and you just feel weightless, and you just feel held, and it's such a beautiful feeling. And that's really what this is about. If you can let go of the anxiety you're holding, which is not helping you, you will be able to tap into that connection with the universe, and then you'll have that understanding that you provided for and looked after. If you are feeling unsafe at the moment, you're feeling like you're in a place of instability, perhaps you feel financially like you're in crisis there, or perhaps you're worried about your security in some other way, ask Archangel Michael for help. Here he is here on the back of these cards. This is the card deck which speaks directly to him. He is associated with protection and strength, and he's a really great person to call on if you need strength or protection in any situation. Don't think it has to be a big situation. You can call on the angels for anything at all you're facing. They can be with everybody at the same time. You're not pulling them away from someone else who's more needy, and there's really no job too small, and there's nothing else that they would rather be doing. They're there to help. That's just using resources. Making use of them is not it's not being lazy or indulgent. It's just, that's what they're there to do. They're there to help us. Why wouldn't you? Okay, Thursday's cards jump right out. Raise your vibration. We've got a real strong theme already about intuition, and I know that's a term that we bandy about a lot, and sometimes it's hard to understand what intuition actually means. It's also referred to as gut instinct sometimes. It's the information that your body already has before your brain catches up. And sometimes your brain will catch up with a different idea entirely because it follows a pattern of logic. It's the information you receive from the divine. It's the information that is connected to other things going on in the world that you don't actually know about yourself. So, although when you do recognize them as being from your intuition, you will know instantly that they're right. So unless you've got fear arguing, which is a very common experience. And this card here is asking you to trust your intuition, and it's a difficult thing to do. And even for me, someone who's connecting with intuition all the time, there are still times when I just doubt. Remember, you can always ask for a sign if you're not sure. Just say, if what I'm receiving from my intuition is correct, please give me a sign I can easily understand. I always add that easily understand, because sometimes if you're like me and you overanalyze everything, you will see a sign and you will doubt that it's really a sign. You think you're imagining it. You can be more direct and just say, is this right? Please show me. Yeah. I've talked about signs a lot. So if you really struggle with understanding signs, please email me or contact me via social media and I can talk more about that. But I just want to get back to this idea of your intuition. Meditation is one of the best ways you can strengthen your ability to connect to your intuition. But ultimately, it's about getting some stillness. So if you're constantly in a state of stress and running around trying to get things done, it's going to be very difficult to listen to your intuition, or you will listen to it, or you'll hear it, but you will disregard it. So I talk about it, your intuition as being like a muscle that you work at the gym. The more you strengthen it, the stronger it gets. It's something that you need to keep working at. Friday, is it Friday the 4th? Yeah, Friday the 4th of November. New partner. Oh, this is for those looking for love. Now, if you're already in a relationship, hang on, I will get to you in a minute. So this talks about how our meetings with our romantic partners are actually orchestrated by the divine, not by Tinder. Sorry to say. So you must remember that even though you feel like you are not going, that your chances of meeting the right person might be low or difficult, the universe does not deal in statistics. It does not care about the supposed man drought. It does not care about, divorce statistics. It doesn't care. Those sorts of things are human kind of rules. They don't exist in the spiritual realm. It will match you up with the right person when you are ready. And I know you probably think you're ready now, but there may be things that you still need to work on that you are not yet aware of. Maybe your partner's not quite ready yet either. What you want to be doing is attracting the best possible partner. You don't want to meet just anyone. You want the best possible partner. So what they're asking you to do here is, first of all, believe. Stop doubting it. Believe it will happen. And second of all, to be aware of new people coming into your life. It's primarily what this card is saying. Doesn't mean there's going to be an instant connection, but they may lead you to someone else. If you feel just a bit of a connection, not necessarily romantic, that may be the universe matching you up with that person as a means of experiencing something else that you need to. Perhaps they're in a club that you end up going along to, or I don't know. There's all sorts of ways that this stuff kind of happens. I don't want to bring in my own experiences, but too much, because everybody's different and everybody's got a different story. But just to give you an example, so my boyfriend I met him at a birthday party for a friend, and he didn't know the birthday girl. He was there with his friend, and he'd actually gone along to get his phone that he'd left in a taxi the night before that his friend had. So it's all very roundabout. I was there to see my friend. She'd invited this other guy that she knew, and my later boyfriend was a friend of his. So can you see how it is? It's the universe matching up all these people through all these different ways. A bit like a jigsaw, I guess. We can't see what the universe is doing. We can't see this big picture. We can only just see an absence of potential partners, and that's not accurate. You can't see them right now, but the universe is working to bring it all together at the right time. I don't know when the right time is. I don't have any control over that, and neither do you, but it will happen when it's meant to happen. So please don't despair. But this card is signaling that the universe is going to work to bring that person into your life, the best thing you can do is to work on making yourself the best partner you can be. So if you've got a tendency to be very clingy or very needy in relationships, where is that coming from? Maybe you can work on making yourself feel more secure so you don't do that. Maybe you can work on, if you long for a partner who's got a great sense of humour, why don't you work on having more fun yourself and laughing and going to, you know, comedy shows and doing things that satisfy that need, so that you're bringing to the table what you both can share in, if that makes sense. Now, if you're already in a relationship, I would challenge you to think about when you first met your partner and go back to those feelings. What was it about them that you loved? What was it about them that drew them to you? And what is it that makes your connection so complementary? You know, there's always things within a relationship with the two people that makes them attracted to each other. Some, not competing, it's the wrong word, but two forces that are working together and bringing together this beautiful kind of fire. Because relationships are hard work, as we know. I'm talking about the magic of connection here, but as we know, that's just a very small part, and what they really are about is about hard work and constant commitment to showing up. So I would ask you to think about whether you have maybe been letting your relationship or taking your relationship for granted lately, which is very easy to do. Whether you have been neglecting your partner in some way, whether you've been almost a bit like Monday when I talked about not having those, you know, those moments of connection, you know, just having those functional exchanges of conversation instead of deep moments. Maybe you could look at booking a holiday. Maybe you could have a date night. Maybe you could, I don't know, think about what it was when you first met, what you loved doing together. Maybe that could be fun. Anyway, I don't want to go, I don't want to tell you, you know, how to have a good date with your partner or how to stoke that fire. I'm just going to tell you that you need to do it, because that's just how relationships work. So I'm just adjusting. I've got a really sore knee. I don't know why I've chosen to sit in such an uncomfortable position. But anyway, let's look at the week. So we've got a message here about relationships, and I mean relationship in a broader sense, but I particularly mean your closest relationships. Your children, your partner, your housemates, your besties, your squad, and your parents. And oh, I've got them around the wrong way. Why do I always do this? I'm not very good with reflections because I'm looking at them reversed here. I'm a sort of person who looks in the mirror and tries to adjust her hair that way when it's sticking out that way. So we've got clairvoyance here, intuition, that's a big theme here. That was Wednesday. A message about safety, intuition again, and romance. So pretty great week. We've got the Scorpio new moon coming through on Monday, or might be late Sunday, don't quote me on that. So Scorpio is the sign of sexual attraction, but it's also the sign of intuition. So you can see how these cards relate to that energy coming through. And, you know, that's going to affect you in different ways depending on you know, what sign you've got and what your ascendant and all your transits that are going on. I don't want to do a reading for you on that in particular, but I just want to let you know that pay attention if those energies are really kind of resonating with you, and go with them. Thank you so much for your attention and your support and your love. You guys sending the love and energy to me, it kind of lifts me up and helps me dig deeper in terms of my connection to help me bring more to you. That's how love works. You give it, it comes back stronger, and that's how this energy exchange works here. Thank you so much. Take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I look forward to reading for you next week.